Hi everyone. Right. Hello everyone that's here anyway. Thanks for showing up. And yeah, so I'd do like a more relaxed stream just to talk about the Bruce Davis expedition that we went on. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the video. It didn't actually upload until an hour before the stream. In fact, I might even be able to play it as part of the stream later in case people haven't seen it. But yeah, so yeah, I just ran in the stream to talk about that. And yeah, I've got quite a few new subscribers. I don't know where people are watching from, if you're watching because you found the channel through a group or if you've just found me on YouTube. But thanks for subscribing. And if you're somehow watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel because it would help. And yeah, I've also got a slideshow, some of the photos of the thing to show as well later. So who's here so far? Paul's here. Hi, Paul. Yeah. And I still don't know how to pronounce your name. What's that? Capone. If I just call you Capone, that's easier, isn't it? I think. WCG Capone. That's it. Right. And yeah, well, like I say, that was just the raw footage of the Bruce Davis thing that I filmed as well. I didn't edit any of it. I just uploaded it as it was. And so yeah, it's a bit sort of like the Blair Witch Project, isn't it? You know, there's all that hype, and then it's kind of rubbish when you actually see it. But no, it captured the atmosphere of the place. It was a really weird place, and it felt kind of creepy. And I'll show you the pictures in a minute. The picture that Nicholas originally shared of the place, all the growth around it had been cleared away at that point, because when we got there, it was all behind loads of brambles and stinging nettles and that we had to fight our way through. I'll show you some of the pictures of the place. It's us standing outside the place. And this picture up here, the one that's in the top corner there, it didn't look, the grounds around it didn't look like that when we got there. It was all overgrown, as you'd have seen from the video if you've watched the video. And that's, yeah, the bigger version of us stood outside. That was like round the back. We got in another way. We went around the other side to actually get in and crawled in through a door. And this is when we were walking in, and Nicholas, there was a pool of water here, and Nicholas just walked straight through it. We was like dithering about. I was going to go in because there was a big pile of wood, so I was thinking of trying to get wood to throw over it or something, but Nicholas just walked straight through it. That's in the video as well. And this is at the end of it. I didn't get any footage of this. This picture, the picture that's taken out the car window, I thought I was taking a video there, but I'd just taken a still. This is the Scientology compound that is in the same town as the Bruce Davis house. I didn't even know it was here. There's the place called St Hill Manor, where L. Ron Hubbard actually lived while he was in the UK. And there's a whole like street of private houses that could be Scientology. But yeah, there's this big manor house, and we drove in there. I didn't get any footage of that. I don't know if any of the others did, if it will be included. But if you're in the Abraxas Circle group, then you would have seen what Nicholas has shared so far. He's only shared us outside the house. He's not actually shown inside the house yet, as he's going to share it in waves by the look of things. The final slide there. That's the album cover for our upcoming prog rock album called the Bruce Davis Scientology Cottage Expedition. Yeah, I just had some fun in camper with that. But yeah, I don't know. Did anyone have any questions about the video so far? Yeah. Well, that's what that place felt like. Some of it, actually, the bloody the cottage, the grounds outside it. There was a weird feeling. There was like a clearing off in the distance that felt there was a weird feeling coming from over that way. And when I found the all the children's stuff in the cupboard, that was weird. And the little sideboard thing and the stickers, because they were all stickers like when I was from when I was a kid. I remember them. So those children would have been the same age as me. They were from the 80s. And yeah, there's loads of stuff for future streams as well, because I was going to go straight to a Bernard Crowe stream. And But since I found a load of stuff about Billy Doyle, because it seemed quite mysterious what happened to Billy Doyle. But there's actually loads of stuff about him related to Mama Cass. And he ended up actually going into music management and managed Dave Mason for a while, apparently, which is absolutely crazy. So I'll go into all that. So UK. No, not really. And this it's important to point out as well. This cottage that he stayed at, this was when he was in the UK in 1968. So not when he went back after the murders, as well. So yeah, I don't know how much is really known about what happened. I have heard that he only stayed at this place for a short while as well, and they threw him out because they caught him smoking weed. But I don't know how true that is or what the source for that was. That was just what I heard. Yeah. But that's all I've heard really. And the mysterious one is when he comes back, because that's thought that's when he might have possibly been involved with Joel Pugh's death. But from what I know, what I read about it, it does sound like the guy did just commit suicide, and he just was really, really mentally ill, unfortunately. And there was no way he could have got into the building as well. The building, there is actually footage. It's really bad footage, but I do show the building on my channel, and there's photographs of the building you can find easily. It's like quite sheer walls. It wouldn't be easy to just climb in one of those windows. You know what I mean? I don't think that you would have gone. Right, yeah. So I don't know sort of what the source for that him having gone to. There's this vague thing in there that Charlie had made a comment that he's supposed to have sent people to the UK. I can't even remember the exact quote. Does anyone know that quote? I read it today. Who owns space? Yeah, we don't know that either, because it's been abandoned by the Scientologists apparently. So we don't know who owns it now, and it's totally abandoned by everyone. It looks like it's gone totally derelict. I think that's the kind of thing they do when they just want to knock it down and build new houses on it. So they're just letting it go derelict, and eventually it'll get knocked down. So it's quite a big piece of land. They can build a few houses on that bit of land. So that's really what someone's doing. Someone's bought it and is just letting it get ruined so that they can build extra houses on it. Yeah, we weren't sure. There was two houses either side of it. But I don't think it's anything to do with those people. Yeah, it was easy to get into though. It wasn't like very well locked. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know if the Scientologists actually sold it. Even it might still belong to the Scientologists. Yeah, well, sort of like companies do tend to do that. They buy up old derelict buildings until people just want them knocked down, and we'll let them build anything on it. You know what I mean? But that was a prime place to build extra houses. So I think that's what was going on there. Really, I know that as well. Who were the two friends that Davis allegedly went to Europe with? Is this what in 1968? Do you mean, Sam, or in '69? Because that's the other one that's really vague, isn't it? Yeah, we don't know when he went there. Is that when he went in '68 or '69? Yeah, and in this town there was a lot of there was another place that had Scientology placards outside it that was some kind of day center. And so, yeah, I think that's what they're doing. And there's a whole road that just said private road. It didn't have Scientology placards on it, but it's all private houses in that area. And yeah, like I say, we drove into just the car park of the manor house, and just parked the car for a minute. But as soon as we parked it, people just stopped the car. I don't think he even stopped the engine, but people started approaching us straight away. And he spoke to them, and we just drove out again and stopped in the in the gateway, and that's where this photo was taken. These photos, and then we just had to jump back in the car because whilst they stopped to take these photos, I stayed in the car. They got out to take that photo, and they were coming down. There's a path behind them up behind this, and they were walking down. I could see a big group of blokes coming down, so I don't know if that was their security or what, but we all just jumped back in the car and drove off pretty soon anyway. That was weird. Yeah, and the '68 trip. Who knows who the friends were? I think I get the feeling they weren't Manson family people, so it was no names that anyone would recognise. Because where was Bruce Davis from? I don't know that much about Bruce Davis, to be honest. I haven't researched him very well. I should have done before I did this, really, shouldn't I? But where did he come from initially, and when and how did he meet the family? Did he know them in '68? Because they were together in '68, weren't they? I think some of them, the early iterations of it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, when did Bruce Davis even join them, sort of thing. Yeah, was this when he went to this cottage? Was he even a member of the family, as so to speak? Hello, Josh. Hi there. I wonder. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, was Bruce Davis even in California in '68? I don't know enough about Bruce Davis. Should have looked all this up. Yeah, and talking about Mama Cass as well. There's so much stuff to talk about with her. There's a lot of stuff written in her biography about Billy Doyle. It's even weirder that we can't find pictures of him as well if you read Mama Cass's biography, because he was walking around calling himself Mama Cass's fiance, and she really was engaged to him apparently and all that. But it's so weird that there's not one picture of her with him. There's pictures of her with Pick Dawson, but none of her with Billy Doyle. Can't find any pictures of Billy Doyle. It's really weird. When did Bruce even join the family? And how did he come through the bikers? Was he a biker? Yeah. Yeah, and it's Shorty Shay, isn't it, that he's actually in prison for? He took part in Shorty Shay, but also Gary Hinman, didn't he? He stole his car, so was he done for that as well? I assume he was, wasn't he? That actually does get mentioned. Are you in my Facebook group? Because I found it on the Internet Archive site, and I've screenshotted the relevant chapters. I can't show them easily on the stream, I don't think. I could open a Facebook post and show it like that. But yeah, well, I want to do a whole stream on Mama Cass anyway, so I'll do a proper presentation of it. But I think it does get talked about, yeah. I was surprised how honest her biography was, actually. It talks about her being on heroin and having to go to rehab for heroin and all this sort of thing. I didn't think that it would mention that, you know. It's called Dream a Little Dream of Me. I shared the link to it in the Facebook group as well. And when I do a stream about it, I'll put all these links in the description of the thing. But yeah, it's crazy how much there actually is written about him, yet not one picture. And there's the audio recording of him having a polygraph test, apparently. And that's it. And not one picture of him, even though he managed Dave Mason and was Mama Cass's fiance at one point. No one seems to have a picture of him. I've got my moon lamp on behind me as well. Look, I can make it change colour. Make it fade all different colours, isn't it? Yeah, we've got to find out more about Bruce Davis, actually, yeah. Should have thought of that before I started the stream, shouldn't I? Yeah, but I wonder, it probably says there'll be a biography of him on CLA Drive, won't there? Right, so when did he join? Bruce Davis was born in Monroe, Louisiana on October the 5th, 1942. He grew up in Mobile, Alabama, and was the youngest of two children. After high school, Davis attended college in Tennessee for about 2 years, then dropped out and moved west, where he became immersed in hippie counterculture. In the West, Davis made a living doing construction work, and in 1967 ran into Charles Manson. So he was with them from 1967, so he was with them at this time. Charles Manson married Bruna Lynette and Patricia Crumwinkle in Oregon. Manson likes... When were they in Oregon? Wow. Manson liked having another man around, plus Charlie and Bruce had a few things in common. Like Manson, Davis was a good musician. I didn't know he was a musician as well, and had an interest in Scientology and was an ex-con. From November of 1968 to April 1969, Bruce lived in London, England, working at the Scientology headquarters. After Davis, was kicked out of the organisation due to his drug use, he returned to the States where he rejoined the family. In the family, Davis acted as a comptroller, handling all the stolen credit cards and fake IDs. In July of 1969, Bruce was present when Manson slashed Gary Hinman's left ear and face with a sword. In late August, Bruce assisted Manson, Tex Watson, Steve Grogan murdered Spahn Ranch's hand, Shorty Shea. After which, Davis, along with the rest of the family, moved to the Barker Ranch near Death Valley, and we all know the rest, don't we? So yes, he was with them when he went. Well, he left them, so left them to go and work at the Scientology place, but it didn't work out. Right, so Bruce played the guitar as well. I didn't know that about him. Now I know that as well. Yeah, I wondered that about Billy Doyle as well. Could that be why there is no photos of him? Like, was he part of the drug surveillance? Because Mama Cass had all sorts going on around her house. So I wonder if that's why he got close to Mama Cass, so he could watch all the dealers or whatever. And this is why, you know. But who knows? We'll never know. No, but that's interesting. And he worked at the Scientology headquarters. So I wonder how long was he even gone? He wasn't there for very long, maybe. Yeah, I never knew the family were in Oregon. That must be where they had the bus and were just driving around. Yeah, that's it. Plays the guitar. Criminal musician into Scientology, yeah. Mentioned over and over again in all the police reports and everyone's biographies and everything. Talking about Mama Cass, well, she knew Charles Manson as well. They go into this in their biography, you know what I mean? They all were interlinked. And it just proves that there was far more, drug involvement in this case. And Mama Cass is rumoured to be the person who discovered the bodies first and all that, isn't she? And there is a source for that. There's a book where someone wrote that she confessed that to them, I'm sure. So she is heavily linked to this case, Mama Cass. Well, they're supposed to have thought that the pig on the door actually said Pick. And it was Pick signing his name. She thought Pick Dawson had done it, apparently. I read recently when I was researching all this stuff. So they thought that it was Pick Dawson that had done it, so it wasn't necessarily them. And the driving around all just suggests they was running drugs to and from the place or picking up drugs or whatever, doesn't it? Just generally. Yeah. Yeah, but it depends how rich. Yeah, but Tom Cruise probably gives them millions and millions of dollars, though, doesn't he? If that Bruce Davis had that kind of money. It's a commonly touted thing, isn't it? Who knows where? I've got to find the quote. There is a quote from some biography that says that she told someone once. Yes. This is. I can't remember it, but there's a quotation from someone saying that she told them that she was the one that found the bodies. And now there's this rumor that John Phillips was jumping over the fence as well. So John Phillips went up there too, probably after Mama Cass had seen it. But these are all just the rumours, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? But there are sources for this information, That's why people say it. I can't remember who it was, but it was some other musician she's supposed to have confessed it to, isn't it? I've seen her daughter interviewed quite recently. China Phillips, Michelle Phillips and John Phillips' daughter, has got a YouTube channel, and she did an interview with Mama Cass's daughter. But China Phillips is like a born-again Christian now, and that's all she talks about on her YouTube channel. Picture, it didn't look like this when we got there. It was really overgrown. As you can see, this is the other side of the house. That picture was taken from the other side. As I stood out there. And this is, yeah, like I say, this is the sort of the undergrowth we had to get through. And there was a big pool of water here that we had to walk through. I had rubber boots on wellies, like, so I just walked through it. But Nicholas was just in his shoes, but he just walked straight through it. It went right up to his shins. And this is the Scientology compound outside, the Scientology compound where L. Ron Hubbard actually stayed. And Bruce Davis is supposed to have worked for this place, isn't he? Is what we just read on CLADrive.com. And yeah, this house that we went to is where he's supposed to have stayed. And that's just, yeah, the thumbnail. So, yeah, he lived there for quite a while, apparently. Yeah, like I say, he actually lived there. He didn't just own it. He stayed there for a while. And people from the town have said that Tom Cruise has been there. Tom Cruise has been and stayed there. And wanted a part of the local pub compartmentalised off so he could come for a burger. It's called High Wycombe, the town that the thing's in Surrey. I've got footage of the outside of it. I went to the outside of it, but it's not really run as a hotel anymore, I don't think. But I remember at the time that I was looking at it, it was all during the COVID lockdown. But I don't think it is really a hotel anymore. I saw there was a holiday flat, but I think that's the basement. So I don't know if you could actually find the room. If you could actually stay in the same room, if that's possible, because I think it's just turned into a dwelling now. Yeah, what? High Wycombe. Yeah, I'll have to look into the history of that name. Yeah, I don't know why the Scientologists chose that town specifically. He's supposed to have gone back, but this is the shady one where he's supposed to have gone back, and he's supposed to have gone back to sell drugs that were taken from Cielo Drive. But yeah, I think it's unlikely that he had anything to do with Joel Pugh's death, to be honest. And but yeah, this is the big question: was he in the UK when Joel Pugh died, and was it him that killed him? It looked like something like that. Yeah, it just said one holiday apartment, and it looked like it was the basement. I'll have to look it up again though. Yeah, a few people have posted pictures of themselves outside it. There's Nicholas outside it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll end this stream now, and I'll go live again straight away. So yeah, just come back to do it. So I'll do like an after stream. So that's like all there is to say, really, I think. Okay, right. So thanks for coming anyway, and thanks for watching. And yeah, like I say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And sorry, yeah, this stream was a bit lame because I didn't really, it was just more of a relaxed stream to talk about the video uploaded. But yeah, I'll go live again to do an after stream anyway. So hang around. Or watch the channel or watch your notifications for the next stream starting up. And I'll also go live in the Facebook group as well. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute if you're hanging around. Bye.